With a great frustration in the legal system in various Gulf countries, more and more women are resorting to social media as a way to achieve justice or a fair trial or to get their children back if they've been stolen. Sheikha Zaynab went to Instagram yesterday and her Instagram videos live streamed abuse that she alleged has been happening for the past 9 to 12 months at the hands of her husband, who's a member of the royal family of Dubai. She's been in fear that her children are going to be taken from her and that she's not going to be able to see them again. Now, having live streamed in such a drastic way highlights, again, it brings to the table what's happening in the Middle East as far as women's rights are concerned. And over the past couple of years, we've seen a flurry of activity of women desperately getting their stories out to the media, begging for assistance on social media platforms such as Instagram and Twitter. We've seen Dur and Dalal escaping in Turkey. We've seen Rahaf Mohammed in Thailand trying to get to Canada. We've seen an Iranian woman fighting extradition from Philippines. And of course, we've seen Sheikha Latifa, who was abducted in international waters after her attempted escape from Dubai, and her father, Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai. So again, Sheikha Zaynab taking this to social media really highlights the fact that we need to focus on improving women's rights in the Middle East again. Yes, it's been spoken about in Saudi, but in the UAE, we expect a little bit more. Having allied so closely with them in the West and also with Israel now too, we want to ensure that women's rights are protected and that some historical practices are eliminated. And this could absolutely start with Sheikha Zaynab being given that protection, ensuring that she continues to have access to her children. Right now she's hiding out in a villa. Her parents were arrested, but apparently now they're with her again, which is great, and probably due to her live streaming. Fact is, the world is watching how this unfolds, and she's live streamed from the UAE. In Princess Haya's case, she actually left the UAE before instigating any sort of divorce proceedings. So in this case, in Sheikha Zaynab, she's actually going through a divorce in the UAE and has live streamed from that jurisdiction with her children in her presence. So that puts her at substantial risk. If Princess Haya was too concerned to bring this matter up in the press or to go public about it in any way, and actually felt that she had to flee the UAE before initiating proceedings in the UK, then obviously Sheikha Zaynab is going to be at the mercy of her husband, and it's ultimately, she's with her children right now simply because they haven't been taken from her, which he, under their law, has absolutely any right to do. And in his position, of course, he can do it with complete impunity, and she could even be banished from the UAE, her children kept in the country, which has happened before in other cases. In Sheikha Latifa's case, she issued an Instagram alert begging for assistance from the international community, and the UAE authorities managed to have that taken down off Instagram. And again, Sheikha Zaynab's messages, her live streams have actually been taken down off Instagram. We have them on YouTube though, for anyone who hasn't seen them and wishes to. Ultimately, we really do though need to put that kind of pressure back on the UAE. We can't be seeing rape victims jailed for sex outside marriage. We can't be seeing these terrible family law matters. I mean, family law and divorce is such a terrible situation in any country. Legal proceedings can be very nasty, but obviously for Sheikha Zaynab, when your husband is a member of the royal family and the ruling family, and they have complete authority over the police, over the courts and anything, she's just completely at his mercy, and this leaves her at great risk of abuse. The fact that she's live streamed on Instagram and grabbed the attention of the international media is also going to put her at risk of being jailed for cybercrime violations. And under the UAE law, what she has done could technically see her jailed for life. So this is the kind of risk that she's put herself in, and obviously knowingly put herself in, simply because she felt that this was the end of the road. There was nothing more that she could do, and it was a last resort. No one goes to Instagram and live streams in such a desperate situation unless they feel that is their last resort. And let's hope that bringing that to the forefront of the international community is going to ensure her safety. We've contacted her embassy, we've contacted the UAE authorities, and obviously that's had a positive response because she's still in her villa. Her parents have been released to her, and she still has her children with her. So let's hope that this, given that we're all watching and that it has, you know, the whole world is really going to be focused on this and relating it to Princess Haya, to Sheikha Latifa and other cases of women's rights abuses, it's a great opportunity for the UAE to not jail her for a cybercrime, to allow her continued access to her children and to work this out in an amicable way as much as possible through the family courts and give her her rights as a mother and of course the children too. So thank you very much everyone for continuing to support Sheikha Zaynab. I've posted a couple of articles, some press releases, and I'll continue to update you on this case, but hopefully she's going to be fine.